Alright, people. So we got everything cleaned up. Braden's been working on the Lexus. What Lexus is that? What Lexus is that? IS300. It's just a little 4-cylinder. It sucks.
What?
Nah. No, I'm just kidding. It's a badass. It sounds badass too. It sounds like those the Subaru WRXs, real deep and badass.
Sounds like a Supra.
Like a Supra?
There's a 2JZ.
And the Supra is a Toyota though. That's a Lexus.
It's the same.
I know. I had a Toyota Supra, 1983. It's badass though. He got rid of that crappy ass Miata. He got rid of it the right way. He crashed that bitch. But he got a pretty badass little Honda. What do you call it? The VTEC dual overhead cam. It's pretty badass. Anyway, guys, so y'all saw the condition of these after the big dirty bash. Got them all cleaned up. Got all the bearings oiled. Got soaking in some silicone, and they'll be good to go. The clutch bell on the VZB OS is the problem. The bearing took a crap, so we'll have to fix that, replace all that up. But other than that, it was a pretty good day. Same thing with the Techno NT. Cleaned her up, got all the bearings oiled, giving it a silicone bath. So I'm gonna try within this video to kind of give y'all a before and after. Took some pictures of it right after I got back home, so y'all can see how clean you can actually get these things. You got to have patience, guys, and you got to have you got to stick with it. You got to clean it right after you run your whips. If you can, get them home. Do your after run for sure. You have to do your after run right after you get back. Make sure it's cooled down. Take care of that. Your engine is the heart of your RC, so take care of it. And then take care of your platforms as well. And then when you get everything back together, make sure you get all your gear meshes right and your endpoints and everything. All my stuff for the LRP is already all set up. All my braking endpoints and all that, throttle endpoints are good. All I gotta do is hook it back up. Now, the other day I did order the M2C aluminum servo horns for both the throttle and the brake, and a few other things. We got some LRP plugs and some Novarosi CTO6 plugs, and a couple other things. We're going to finish getting the Mugen MBX5 buttoned up. We're almost there. We've almost got all the points, so we can just start. I've already started putting it all back together. So real important, guys. Take care of your engines, take care of your platforms. Y'all saw how dirty this was, man. Look how clean it is now. It's good to go. And if you strip everything off, you have to strip everything off, all your electronics. Don't be spraying your platforms down with water and simple green with all your servos and your electronics in them. Whether they're waterproof or not, that stuff will go out on you probably sooner than later. So take all your electronics out, take your engine out. If you spray it down with your engine in, then you're going to get water and moisture in your bell, and you're going to have rust in your bearings in your bell. That's one of the first things that'll rust is in your bell, and then you're going to have real issues. Make sure you spray down all your screws with some type of oil. I use AMSOIL MP. None of my screws are rusted. Nothing is rusted on this. There's no corrosion in the bearings anywhere, because I use not only silicone spray afterwards, not only MP, but I have a little bottle with a needle on it, so I inject AMSOIL Severe. I'll show y'all. I use motor oil and 3-in-1, and I inject it right underneath the shield to lube up the bearings. But you want to blow that stuff out with a compressor. If you guys don't have a compressor, you need to get one, man. Harbor Freight, this thing was like $100, $112. You need a compressor so you can blow out all that dust and dirt before you start putting any type of oil or silicone spray, because it's going to get in that dirt and it's going to get all up in your bearings and it's going to cause issues. Again, guys, put your lipos into storage mode every time after you use them, and your lipos will last a long time. Don't just throw them in your lipo safe or whatever you do with them after you run. Take care of your lipos. These batteries are not cheap. Well, these are Lifeys. Now, I'm really impressed with these Lifeys, man. I wish I could have one to fit in my 8T, but it's too big. I have to use either a nickel metal hump pack or a where'd it go? Either a nickel metal hump pack like this. And these are okay, man, but they're not going to hold charge that long and they don't last that long. So I'm upgrading to high voltage servos, not the expensive one, just the $30. Savox has some Metal Gear high voltage servos for $29.99 on A main. I've got 4 of those coming, so we're going to replace these 2, and we're going to replace these 2 in the Mugen MBX5 as soon as they get here. So take care of your whips, people. Oh, I was going to show y'all. This is what I use. Amsoil Severe Gear. And you can use air cool tool lubricant, or you can use 3-in-1. And I put it in this bottle. I got this. It's Boca Bearing high speed oil. But that's not what's in here. My Amsoil's in here. And it's got a needle where you can get under that shield once you blow it out, and you can lubricate those bearings. Just a little bit goes a long way. You don't need to put a whole lot in there, people. And don't spray down your servos with water, man. This is $200 sitting right here. This is $400 sitting right here. I was kind of pissed off, man, because I lost my medallion that goes on the top of my servo. I hate that crap, man. It looks ghetto. So also take care of your filters, guys. This is terrible. So we're going to clean all this up, and make sure you clean them up, then oil them. Oil the outside one, and let them dry really good before you use them again. So let me show you guys real quick. So here's the LRP. Everything's good. My bearing, my clutch, it's all good. It's got a little bit of play, not a whole lot. I might even be able to put one more shim in there. But we're going to break down this entire nitro engine. I thinking maybe I might have an air leak here on the Novorossi carburetor. So we're going to pull everything apart. This carburetor will always stay on this LRP. So I'm thinking very seriously about going ahead and sealing it with some black or some copper sealer. The only thing is, once I do that, it's really hard to get it off. So this nitro engine and carburetor will have to be dedicated to the LRP because the 8T has a little bit of a different turn, and so does the Hyper 7. But we're going to be getting another LRP or another Novorossi Rex Legend from RCR. I do want one modified engine in my fleet. I want to see what all the hoopla's about. But man, these stockers, they still do it for me, man. I'm not greedy. These are badass nitro engines. This is a badass .21. It's plenty of power for me. This is plenty of power for my buggy. So is the OS Drake. Again, people, $300 or best offer on the OS Drake. I'll put that money towards a modified engine from RCR. So we're going to tear this whole thing down. We're going to clean it. We're going to take everything out. The piston, the crank, the rod, the everything. The only thing we're not going to take out are the bearings. And we're going to clean everything really well. Oil it up. Put it back together. We're going to clean this carburetor really well. And I'm very seriously thinking about sealing it on here. I always use a little bit of silicone sealer here on the carburetor clamp screw. Anywhere where you could get leaks, man, you have to be attentive to. I mean, I'm not saying you have to seal your engines. I have none of my nitro engines are sealed, and I've never really had any problems. But this is a milled carburetor. It's not the carburetor for this nitro engine. So I'm going to take a look at it and see what I can do. I feel like it's just not tuning the way that it used to. So, and I've always used strictly the R5 Iridium plug in here. So, all right, guys, and then on this one, the obviously the clutch bell is stuck here. We're gonna have to get that off, see what's going on. Badass nitro engine. I built this nitro engine, brand new bearings, crank, piston, conrod, everything brand new on this engine, and it's badass. I love it. So what sign we got? It was a bitch really cleaning all this up, all that dirt, man. Now I did, once I got it clean, I got all the dirt out of it, I did hit it with some silicone spray. That will not hurt it. It will actually help waterproof the switch and the servos and stuff. So that way next time when it gets dirty like that, it'll be easier to get off. You don't want to spray this down with water or Simple Green or anything like that. These servos cost way too much money to be jacking around like that. So MBX5, I'm ready to get this girl up and going. This one will take a Lifey battery, so we'll get a Lifey battery for it. Now we are going to be running high voltage battery, so I can go back and forth with the Lifey and my Venom LiPo. But I don't see any problem with running a Lifey with high voltage servos. It's not going to hurt anything, and it'll be just fine. I really don't need the power and the torque and the strength that it puts out just for bashing, but I feel like the more expensive, the more you pay, you get what you pay for, people. If you're buying cheap servos, $20 servos, I'm even hesitant about buying these $30 Savox high voltage servos, but they're cheap, so if they go out, they go out. But me, I would prefer to spend the money now, spend the $100 each for good servos, the Savox Blacks. I love these things, man. I can't recommend them enough. So that bullshit about I don't need to buy expensive servos and I'm just a basher, not a racer. But you pay for what you get, people. This is going to last me a lot longer as long as you dial in your endpoints and you keep everything the way it should be. You don't abuse them and misuse them. They're going to last you a long time. When you hear that glitching and that humming noise, that means that your endpoints are off a little bit. You need to do some adjusting. These things should be quiet. They shouldn't be going meh, meh, meh. They should be quiet. So that's why I didn't go with the ProTech, what are they, T130s, the T130, T150, and T170s. The 170s are the ones that I think Adam Drake uses. Probably Raja uses stuff like that, but they're racing, and they're about 150, 160 bucks for those. $100 a piece for these. The Ryan Cavalieris are good as well. That's all I need. That's peace of mind for me. Savox, badass. I had one go out because my endpoints were crap, and they replaced it, no questions asked. There's a little process. You have to fill out a form, send it back to them with the proper information, and they will replace it, no questions asked, man. Up to a year. So $100 for a servo, peace of mind. That's where I'm at, people. That's where I'm at. I will not, you know, I will buy cheaper servos. I'm wanting to do other things. I'm wanting to get that modified RCR engine, Nova. I want to do some other stuff. I've got a lot of dental work coming up, so that's why I bought the four. They're high voltage. They're $30 Savoxes, and they're high voltage, so they say. So I just want to check them out. If they're crappy and they go out on me right away, they'll replace them. But it's a hassle. It's a pain in the ass sending that stuff back. But don't buy the cheap servos, people. I shouldn't even have bought those, but I did. Buy the better ones, spend the money. It's better. I know I'm contradicting myself, but it just boils down to spend the money, buy the proper servos, people. So Hope you guys enjoyed the videos today. And he fired up the Lexus. It's a pretty badass Lexus, man. Hit it! Yeah, man. Can you get my BMW to do that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. She won't care. She loves that shit. What about this Honda? Can we get... Probably not, right?
Oh, that one?
No. Look how dirty my... Look how dirty my freaking car is, man. And that guy over there, their home builders, he was cool, man. He said, what is that, a 5B? He was way across the field. So he obviously knows about RCs, which is cool. Because he was like, man, don't worry about it. Come over here whenever you want. Just don't go on the part where the road base is, where they're actually building. But out there in the dirt, I don't know if I want to go out there. I'm definitely only going to take one platform next time, because cleaning up 2 of them just takes up the rest of my day. But it sure the hell is fun, man. It's definitely fun. It's better than getting on the soccer field. There's little areas to jump, more room to haul ass. It's just mo better, people. All right, guys. I still want to get out to that BMX track. I'm waiting on that guy to get back to me, man. If he doesn't get back to me here in the this week, I'm just going to go over there on a Sunday and do it. They don't race. I think they race on Thursdays and Saturdays or something like that. So, all right, guys, we're going to call it a day. It's probably going to be the last video, unless I decide to fire this girl up. She's ready to go, man. Got the 4.0 diffs. 3.0 front diff, 4.0 center, 4.0 rear. Ready to go. 41001, 9886. That's something else I want to get, guys. I'm going to get another 9886 pipe. Recommendation for me, guys. This is a super strong. Get the super strong. Anytime you get these pipes for bashing, it doesn't matter which one it is, get the super strong, man, because the regular, they dent way too easy. Look at that big ass dent in my 9886. Same thing on the Stinger, man. We're bashers and we're rough on this shit, and we need the super strongs. So when you buy these pipes, make sure you get the SS's. This is a super strong right here. This is a 2096, part number 51020. With a 41, what is that? 41001. This one was the pipe that I got with my OS. It's a 41001 style pipe, but I got others over here. I got my 41031, and I think this one's a 41021 right here. So that's one thing I'm lacking in, guys, is pipes and headers. I need to work on getting some of those. But let's get the modified Rex Legend first. Hopefully I can do that over the next 30 days or so. And don't forget, I've got another stock Rex Legend 28.8 right here in the box, brand new. All right, people, that's gonna be it, man. So it's a good day. Hope everybody has a badass week this week. You know, and as far as this other thing that goes on with that dude, man, I don't give a shit if you guys don't like me bringing that up all the time. I'm sorry, but every time he doesn't really mention my name, but he takes cheap shot jabs at me, the muggy cheap shot jabs at me. Every time he does that, I'm just gonna pound on his ass. Fuck that dude. Excuse my language. I know I've been cussing a lot lately, but I'm going to keep pounding on him. As long as he keeps taking cheap shots at me and at my friends, my Nitro brothers, calling us inbred hillbillies and being a racist pig, I'm not going to let up, man. Every video I do, there's going to be something in there to let him know that we don't appreciate the way he acts and his prejudiceness and his racism. We're not going to take that shit, people, straight up. So take it for what it is. Shout out to all my subscribers, all my viewers, man. I love all you guys. This is all about